Hello, I'm Dick Gail and I am a jazz musician. And I'm telling the story of my life in episodes, so I believe this is episode number 3. Let's see where I was. Oh, the combat zone, being beaten up by the mob. The next one is even more interesting. So I go back home, and I'm home for a few weeks, and I find out that Ray Charles, this young band, big band, I think there were 10 pieces, was coming into Providence, Rhode Island to the Celebrity Club, and I wanted to go see Ray Charles. So I get in my car and I parade into Providence, Rhode Island, which I might as well have been going to the moon, and go to see Ray Charles. And it was a no-show. So I said, is there any place in town where they're playing jazz? Oh yeah, there's a businessmen's club down here. You can go down there. So I went down, I got in this club, and I sat in and I played. And some guy was in there by the name of Bobby Chappelle. And Bobby Chappelle came up to me and he said, I got a band. He said, I'm from Providence. Would you like to play drums with us? So I said, yeah, what's the name of the band? He said, Bobby Chappelle and the Rockin' Royals. I said, oh boy, that sounds like a nice name. What do you play? He says, rock and roll. I said, rhythm and blues, better. I said, that I can play. So I joined the band. And we had to wear white tuxedo jackets and nice pants and dress up, because at that time everybody was dressing. All the rhythm and blues acts were all dressing, and that was way before the Temptations and all that. This was at the very beginning of R&B, and everybody was dressing. Even when we went to hear the events and that, we got dressed. So he had a bass player from Providence, Rhode Island, named Johnny Corsi, who was a fat little kid. Fat little kid, probably, I don't know, 30 or 40 pounds more than I am, so fat little kid. And he was the funniest little cat. He reminded me of Lou Costello, you know. And I played with Bobby Chappelle and him. I think I was with him about 2 months, and the last thing we had was a huge egg fight in the apartment. And, you know, teenage kids, you know. And that was the last thing I remember about the Chappelle band, because Bobby had dreams of grandeur. You know, he wanted to be a big, big, big star, and we were just happy playing. So I felt like I had another journey to make. And Johnny said to me, the bass player said, I'm going to play with a circus. You want to come? And I said, a circus? Oh, yeah. He said, and we're playing nothing but rhythm and blues. I said, no shit. Count me in. Where we going? South Carolina. I said, no. He said, yes. I said, no. I said, when you go, call me. He said, okay. So about 2 weeks later, I get a call from Johnny, and he says, I'm in the Carolinas. And at that time, I don't remember whether it was north or south. He said, I'm in the Carolinas, and I'm with a circus called the Vavona Brothers. I said, oh, cool. He says, yeah. He said, we got 5 or 6 acts, rhythm and blues acts. We want you to come down. I said, okay. So I took my drums, and I jumped on a bus. And I went all the way down to the Carolinas, and I joined the circus. As I got off the bus and I get into a taxi cab, we're riding to go to the fairgrounds where the circus was. And I see these signs on the post. White Circus, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, oh boy, they got a couple circuses in town. I said, you got White Circus? I'm with the Vavona Brothers. He said, no. He said, that is the circus. I said, well, yeah, it says White Circus. It's Vavona Brothers. That's the wrong name. He said, no, you don't get it. That's the White Circus. Nothing but white people. I said, get out of here. No, I'm serious. I said, you're bullshitting me. I didn't come all this way down here for this crap. you're serious? He said, I'm serious. He said, all white people. White people on the rides, white people on the candy machines, white people on the ticket machines, white people on the Ferris wheel. All white people. That's why they call it the white circus. I almost died. I almost died. But here I am stuck down there. So now, a journey. So I go and I find Johnny, and we're all living in a trailer. They got about 14 people living in a small trailer with no windows. We all got an area to put our clothes on the floor and that. You got to go out 5 times a day and do what they call ballet, which is you go out on the stage all dressed up, and the girls come out there to sing, and then they dance, and you play for 5 minutes, and then they have somebody out front. Come on, people, come on over here. Come on and hear this act. We have the Dells, we have the Chantels, we got Ray, whoever, whatever, and draw a bunch of people. As soon as you get a bunch of people, the band disappears, the girls come up, they buy the tickets, they go in and we do the show. That's called ballet. So we ballet 5 times a day. And they had elephants and tigers and all that stuff. I was crushed. No black people. Just, you know, paint something all white and boring. I mean, you know what I mean? It wasn't, you know, I was starting to find myself in my life around a whole lot of people, and then all of a sudden you go take everybody away, you know. And I didn't know what real racism was until that happened to me. So I played that weekend, and I said, as soon as this shit is over and I get paid, I am out of here. We got done on a Sunday, and by the time we got done, they had all the signs hanging up. Black Fair, Black Circus. I said, oh shit, I ain't going now. Now I want to stay. I want to see who's coming in. And they kept talking about this great, great saxophone player like Bird. And his name, oh shit, it'll come to me in a minute. And they had a great singer, and this chick singer weighed about 400 pounds. Her name was T.B. Mama. And the saxophone player, they said, you'll know this cat because he ties his saxophone case with rope. You know the kind of rope you use to hang clothes on? That kind of rope. That's how he ties his saxophone case up, with rope. He said, you can't miss him. He's bad. So I had to stay to see these people before I got on this goddamn bus to get away. So I stayed, and they all came in. And the band came in, TV Mama, the MCs, the girls, right? And the drummer didn't show. So they said to me, would you play for us? And I said, yeah, I'll play for you. But are you sure it'll be all right? They said, yeah, it'll be all right, but we got to put a black curtain up in front of you so nobody can see you. So I said, okay. And that's how I played the first show. I played with a black curtain up in front of me so nobody could see that the drummer was white. But as luck would have it in my life, they had one of the prettiest girls I had ever seen singing in the group. So I decided I was going to stay another day or two. And her and I were dated. But the only way we could date was you had to wait till it got dark. And then I'd go and see her, or she'd come and see me. We'd spend some time together, and then we couldn't see each other until it got dark the next night. And that's the first time I found out what real racism was. And in a hurting way. But more was to come later. Much more was to come later. That dealt my soul permanent blows. And that's the end of the third episode.